Postpartum weight loss is not cute. It's not snapping back in 6 weeks like Instagram makes it look like. Yeah, my doctor asked me to lose weight, like warned me against carrying another child after my first C-section. There was a lot of complication on that first delivery of my firstborn son. Now, I was one girl with a whole lot of discipline and consistency and a fire that was amazing when it comes to fitness and basically just healthy habits. Um, when I when I got pregnant with my first son, I was, of course, motherly instincts, I think they just come naturally. And I just wanted to take care of this human baby that's been put inside of me, to give it care, to protect it, and to ensure that it's amazing and healthy. And so, of course, as someone who doesn't like medicine, there is that there are those tablets that you're given that help in making the baby healthy while the baby is growing inside of you. And I took those. I was um, very consistent, and I don't think I missed even once, except maybe towards the time of almost maybe a month or weeks to delivery. But I took those things. I took them religiously, daily, and on time without missing. I'm not one who likes medication. I am that person who, even when I'm unwell, I'd prefer, if I go to hospital and I really must take medicine, I would choose needle. I would choose to be injected over taking those whole lot of packets of little pills that I must go take. I do not like it. I don't enjoy it. I will forget it. And same goes for, even when it comes to family planning. I do not like taking medication. Yeah, it's a thing. I don't know. I don't know what I have against or um, around taking pills and tablets and stuff. I do not like it. And it goes without saying that that's not even something I enjoy. So I did take those things. And I also stopped the discipline I had when it came to dieting, a lifestyle I had created for myself, that I brought it down completely. I brought back consuming sugar, which I didn't for I don't know how long before that. I brought back eating meat, which I had stopped for, like eating beef, not like generally eating. I brought back eating red meat, which is beef mostly. I brought that back, and I had lost that as well. I stopped my exercise regime, which was Pilates, and I did that religiously, and morning runs and stuff like that. I stopped, and I concentrated on, of course, my work and the my baby who was growing inside of me, and I stopped all those things. Yes, I would walk. I had walks of 15-20 minutes to and from work, and basically that was the amount of exercises I would take. The rest of the time, I am sitting down and I am working all day. Even if I took breaks to walk, it was very little, very minimal. I would not consider that exercise. As someone who had worked out for I don't know how long, I wouldn't consider that type of walking exercise. It was just walking to and from work. Um, so yeah, my body changed, and I think my body recognized, like, the drought season, where sugar is no longer missing, it's gone, and therefore we have to stock up. My body decided to stock up for when this drought season comes back. So yeah, I moved from 66 kgs all the way. Please tell me, how much am I supposed to gain how much is a woman generally supposed to gain when growing a baby inside of them? How much weight? Is it 10? Is it 15? How much? Because I gained a whole other human being, like myself, a whole grown human. I gained so much. Please tell me in the comment section how much weight one is supposed to add. If you are a doctor out there, what is the amount of weight a lady is supposed to gain during a pregnancy? Because mine was unprecedented. Okay, I don't know. I don't know many pregnant women, but mine, no, that wasn't right. That was wrong on so many levels. So I gained from 66 of muscle. I was 66, but muscles. If you had put me standing next to a lady who had 66 kgs at the time, And me, I literally looked 56 or 58 or something of that sort. But in reality, I had muscle and therefore I was 66. So I moved from that to 104. And guess what? My baby was only close to 4 kgs, close to 4. My baby was 3.89, I think, yeah. So where was this other weight coming from? And where was I supposed to take all that weight, to be honest? What was that? It was crazy. And I wouldn't say I was wildly eating junk food. No, even during pregnancy, I wasn't. I just simply brought back sugar. I brought back um, meat, beef to be precise, red meat. I brought back milk, which I had, even tea. I used to take tea with milk like maybe once a week or twice a week. It wasn't a thing for me to like drink tea every single morning, like normal Kenyan person. So I took tea on weekends, and I would basically put everything I want to put in that tea. Like I'd put cinnamon, I'd put ginger, I'd put cardamom, and after all that mix of whatever things I've added in that tea, I'll take it without sugar. And that was during the weekends on the Saturday and a Sunday. That's it. The rest of the week, I will have the discipline to know that if I've had cake, I have to not have cake and maybe do more of something else. And I had exercise regime that ranged from working out very hard in the morning before I go to work and stretching out in the evening for about 30 minutes to an hour before doing anything else in the evening. Because of course I spent the whole day sitting down working in a computer. So yeah, my lifestyle that I had forged for myself crumbled during my pregnancy. So tell me how and why I moved. Okay, I know why I moved. But how is it that this is like the impact of sugar on your body? Sugar and milk and um beef, and it's not a bad thing to have beef. Okay, that's something else that I ate a lot. I think this is after I gave birth, was chapatis. Chapatis was something I ate once in a long time. And it's not a weekly thing, it's not a monthly thing, it was something I ate once in a long, probably at an event, or maybe when I invite guests to my house and I'll end up cooking chapatis for them because I know it's something that people like when they visit your home. Yeah. So there's a lot that changed after, which explains the weight I gained after. Now, this is something else I lost. I lost discipline. I lost consistency. I lost the fire to work out like I was before. Because while I know after CS, one should wait, I don't know, 2 years, is it? 2 years or 1 year? 2 years before you conceive another child for your and baby safety. It does happen that sometimes people conceive before, but yes, it's no, it's that rule that the doctor tells you that wait 2 years. It's been almost 3 years for me. Almost. My baby would be celebrating his birthday soon for 3 years. But losing this weight without the discipline I had before has been insane. Insane. So I have moved after the delivery, after my CS. I was left with 94, 95 kgs. I know it's crazy. And that's when my father saw me the first time after delivering my baby. I saw the concern in his eyes and it tore me. Like literally, that concern in my father's eyes tore me. He came to hospital when we were leaving after the delivery of my son, and my father was so concerned. My mother was so worried for me. Before that, my mom told me, tone down exercises, you should stop doing these things, blah blah blah. Of course, concerns of parents. They don't want you to look slim as I did. I looked slim, by the way. I looked toned. Yeah, I was pure muscle. And my mom saw that and she didn't like it. African parents like their daughters looking, healthy. Healthy and big and strong. They like it like that. And especially like now, the way I look right now, if I tell my mom I want to lose weight, she doesn't like that. I know I should. It's still a lot. But she doesn't like it when I do those exercises. She didn't like it that time. But when she saw me after delivery of my son, I saw concern. Yes, she was happy. She's a grandma of another baby. Of course, there are many others before. And also she was concerned. But what really was on me and stuck on my head is my father's face. He was happy, but he was also concerned. Concerned for his daughter, the daughter he had seen who has this power, fire, and all that. I was totally okay. Other than gaining weight, I had my body decided to store fluids. Probably because the baby was big and had stopped proper circulation of fluids throughout my body. Therefore, I had swollen legs that were, if you press it like this, it would just leave that little hole in there. So I had that, and I don't know if this thing is still working. I hope it is. So I had that, and it was throughout my body. It was on my hands. It was on my legs. It was everywhere. It was on my face. I wish you could see those. I wish you had seen me. I don't even think pictures would do it right now. So yes, that was a lot. And after 16 hours of trying to give birth no more, of course, I ended up in an emergency CS. Of course, my doctor warned me against trying normal delivery. That the baby was too big and my body was not that big. Even if I don't know, the doctor has said that. But with the history of my mother, who is a superwoman, 8 children, yeah, and all of them were normal deliveries. Some were big and others were small. I did not understand what the doctor was talking about when he had told me that I should give birth to my son through CS. So I did not believe him. I did not pay attention. I decided to tell the doctor to work with me and help me because I want to give birth normal. And it has happened in my families, even with big children. And the doctor agreed, but of course told me to stay open. And I did. So the morning of the D-Day, of course, labor started normally, and I was like, it's a sign. 5 a.m. in the morning, and labor has just started by itself. I had never once experienced pain throughout my pregnancy, and I was like, finally, it's going to happen. And it came by itself. It was not induced or provoked or anything. It just came in the morning off. And so I took my bag, took a matatu. I did not take a taxi as planned. And my husband asked me, are you sure? And I told him, yeah. And I told him to go to work actually and join me in the hospital later. So he was like, are you sure? And he said, all right, I am going to go and then take my leave back and join me in the hospital. And we agreed. And so I took a matatu, went to hospital, and yeah, and the pain was there, but also it wasn't as intense and it wasn't as close to each other, so it was just fine. And when I arrived at the town where I was giving birth, I was going to Thika, for those who know Thika. And then I went, and after which I decided to walk a little more distance to where the hospital was. It wasn't far; it was like a 5 minute walk. And so I went, and I arrived and registered myself. Everything was going well. It's just me and my bag, and of course my baby who was to come out and a little pain here and there. And during the processing in the hospital, of course, they realized I'm in labor. I told them I'm in labor, and I was processed quite fast and settled in a room. They took my measurements, and apparently I was 1 centimeter open. Yeah, and I was like, it's a sign. It's a sign. I should deliver my son no more. Yeah, that was me. And it was at that particular moment, after the doctor touched me, that labor decided, oh, we're here, it's time. And so the intensity of labor increased, and I gave it time. I was in labor, I was dancing, I was squatting, I was walking, I was doing all that. And then after 6 centimeters opening, it stopped. Weird, right? Just for like that, it just stopped. It's not working anymore. The doctor comes back and says, you're stuck at 6, and that's not doable. And then I decide, pressure, with all of my stubbornness, that I'm gonna get the induction. And it was at that time that my husband arrived. And so we talked for a moment, and then we decided, all right, let's go for it. And we went for it. We went for induction to help open the rest of the parts, the rest of the remaining centimeters. And I think that now was labor. After induction, that was labor. What before that, that was cramps. That was my periods before my pregnancy. They were painful, and I think that first labor felt like that, just a little bit times, a little bit multiplied, but manageable. Mind you, I was someone who does exercise, and therefore I had a bit of tolerance on pain, and I felt like that normal labor was something I can handle. And I did handle it until it stopped working in terms of what it's supposed to do. So induction, that was a pain of its kind. Yes, that was a pain of its kind. I could not believe. I couldn't do anything. Actually, I think at that time stopped for a moment, for a while, for about those 3 hours of 3 to 4 hours of induction felt like hell on earth. It did feel like hell on earth. It was actually hell on earth. It was for me. It was for my husband who was rubbing my back for those hours. Yes, I'm sure at the time he got good muscles on him. Yeah, like developed triceps, biceps, and I don't know, something else. It was insane. So yeah, and it is at that point that the doctor came back and I was fully opened and trying to go to the delivery room where I spent another almost or a little past an hour trying to push a baby who will not launch into the birth canal. Why? It's not. I think he looked at the place where he was supposed to go and said, "Nah, we are not working with that. It's not enough." I think he just decided, "I am not going there." And so pushing for me wasn't working. And thank God it wasn't, because if it was, I probably would have crashed that place or crashed my baby's head, according to the doctor. So I decided to sign the paper after an hour of trying. And we signed the papers, my husband and I. And after that, it was a very smooth transition to the theater. And I think 20 minutes later, the transition was insane. I don't want to talk about it. Should I talk about it? I think it was I think that's what actually gave me trauma. You see, from the point of being induced to the point of getting to the C-section, that's what gave me trauma. That delivery trauma, because it was so intense, so painful. It was so unreal, out of this world. Yeah, but after that injection that you normally get at the back, I remember the names of those doctors. They did quite a good job. I remember them because pain makes you remember things. And I remember their names. I remember the doctor that injected that pain because she introduced herself. How could you forget at that particular time? I remember my doctor because I'd seen him weeks and series of clinics before that. I remember the doctor that took my baby, that received my baby. I remember their names because it's very hard to forget when you're in such pain. Till date, I still do. Yeah, and that was how it went. Is this coming from just moved from a weight loss video to a delivery video? Anyway, we'll know what we're going to work with after all this. So yeah, that trauma gave me um the postpartum depression. I mini postpartum depression, whatever. It's postpartum. It gave me postpartum depression that I didn't know I had. Therefore, from that point, I was operating on autopilot. It was very, very, very crazy. My focus switched from me to my baby, and I was so concerned about taking care of him, giving him everything he needs. Don't forget, I should be healing because it's a CS. Yeah. So I took care of me as according to the doctor's instruction. I took care of the baby the best way a new mom knew how, and it was good. What I didn't want to see were my clothes. Yeah, it's called postpartum depression for a reason. All my clothes were fitting clothes. They weren't clothes that stretch. They're just clothes that fit your body at that particular time. Therefore, I had to shop for new clothes. And I didn't shop for new clothes because I didn't want to see clothes. I didn't want to see my body in the mirror. It looked weird. Yeah. I only wanted to take care of my baby. Forget me. Take the walks, daily walks as the doctor had instructed. Yeah, and at some point I decided taking the stairs was okay and terrible. It's a terrible idea for someone who has done CS because I ended up putting so much pressure that C-section area almost opened up again, and I had to go back to hospital 2 weeks later to get it checked. And apparently it was fine, but don't do that. So yeah, it was insane, and therefore my battle with weight started there. And I knew I had to drink tea for more milk. I had to drink um, porridge, which I didn't like very much, and I had to do a lot of chapatis because I don't know, they increase the flow of milk, and for some reason they actually do. In fact, the days I had wheat, those are the days I would express a lot of milk to both stock up for when I go back to work 3 months later, and also giving my baby later on, or my husband when he wants to feed my baby later on, and I want to rest. So there was enough of that. And it was during that time that I exacerbated the weight loss journey issue because I continued to gain. I continued to store. I drank tea with sugar, which was not a thing for me before, and I did it for a long time. And I had so much. Tea is addictive. I did it in the morning, every minute after, if I saw a cup of tea, I took it. Yeah, at this point, I don't think it was any more about the baby anymore. So there's a time after I was cleared by the doctor to start working out. I went back to started working out. I was doing my cardio and I was doing all that. And then it also died down at some point. It's called discipline. You lose it, you lose a lot of things. So yeah, I lost that discipline. And it became so hard to move my weight. It was moving so slow. It's been almost 3 years now. And I think I've been able to move from 95 kgs to 78 kgs right now. I think, yes, this is 78 kgs you can see right here. Now I want to go back down. And it's not working so far. But it's not working because I'm not trying everything. I know the reason. The discipline is not as it was. And it's crazy. Um, yeah, I know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm not doing it. And that's a terrible thing. And it is at this point that I understand women who just let it be. Yeah. But I'm not going to let it be because here is why. I love my husband and I love my son. I want to be with them for a very long time. I also want my son to have siblings and I want to see all of them grow. And I want to see their children. Therefore, discipline is something that I must bring back. I have to do what needs to be done to bring my weight all the way down because it is still going to go up again because I'm just getting started. Like I said, this is one baby of many. Yes, even with CS, we want to have many babies. Yeah, it's not restricted, is it? Doctors out there, is it? Yeah, but I'm scared, to be honest. I'm scared, and this is the honest truth. Um, I do not know if it's possible a, to have another CS and still have um, any normal birth again. I am scared that if because I'm not going to wait 5 years to have another baby. No, I plan to do it like right now. I just need to lose weight, and I don't know. I need to lose more weight for my own good, for my family's own good. Because again, like I said, I want to be here a long time, and I don't want to be here with high blood pressure, which is a scare I already have. I don't want. I don't want to be one who is. I've never liked being a burden. My family knows that. I've never liked being one who I do not know what to say. But I am one person who would rather, even if I am not, even if I don't have, I don't want to be a burden. I want to be able to do my things. And health is a very big part of that. There's no history behind it because none of my family members have been ill or have had any of those chronic diseases. No. But there's nothing as worse as a disease plaguing a family or a chronic disease plaguing a family or a court case that never ends. Those are the two things I do not like and I do not imagine. Of course, I've been through one of them, court case. My family suffered that for a very long time, for so many years, for decades actually. But when it comes to illness, that's a different kind of thing. It's a different kind of poverty planning to come to your home. So ladies out there, who you know you are not in your best health and you know you are that size you're not supposed to be, that you have those complications that you don't even know where they're coming from. For example, recently I was not recently, it's about last year November. I was diagnosed, no, is it November? Sometime December. I started having this pain on my wrist. I couldn't explain the pain, but it was intense. I ignored it for some time because I thought I had twisted my hand. I thought it's probably going to go away, and I did a little bit of massage on it, band it with hot water, like any African person does. And then January of this year, 2025, that pain was still there. and it for some reason it was a bit more intense than normal. So I took it to hospital, and apparently there's a diagnosis for it because I don't remember doing anything that would cause that pain at all. At the time, I could not even do this to my hand. This is part of what I'm doing to ensure that my hand stays healthy, stays strong, and building that strength back up to that wrist. So the doctor told me it's called carpal tunnel syndrome. Is it? Yeah. So it's the plate here where this hand sits. Like there's an inflammatory problem, mostly like fluids there or something that are not supposed to be there. Um, and I believe it has come from one the weight that I carried. That my BMI speaks of something I should be at 60 to 65. A lot of you don't take that thing seriously, but it is serious. It is serious. The BMI issue, it's serious. You should probably look into yours and make sure you're staying where you should be staying. And especially if you are experiencing physical body problems that you didn't have before. So this is carpal tunnel syndrome. The pain has been there. It's still there, but very subtle, very far away. Healing by itself. There are two ways to heal it: by immobilizing, keeping your hands immobilized. Like don't use it so much. Don't type too much. Don't heavy lift too much. Don't do those things. You can let it heal. It can heal if it's not severe. It can heal by itself. And I think mine has been. I could not even open a door lock, a doorknob like this without feeling pain. It was so much pain, such that even one time my son jumped on my hands and I think sat on my hands in the I don't know wrong position or something. I felt so much pain. I screamed, and that's when my husband realized how strong, how stressful, or how intense that pain actually was. So over time, that has reduced. I don't even know what that is. I don't know what carpal syndrome was before this. So yeah, I googled. Apparently, it's something people get. I don't know where it comes from or why it's there, but it's there. So I have that. Again, causing me to stop working out as I was, because a lot of Pilates workout has a lot of planking, a lot of lifting your own weight without lifting external weight. There's a lot of that, and this was before. Don't forget, I haven't worked out like that before. I haven't worked out a lot of Pilates after my delivery. That was way before. And you can't say that this pain just came back because I stopped from a long time ago. Maybe you could, maybe you could not. But the doctor didn't agree. In fact, the doctor encourages that after this pain became manageable, I could go back to building strength back to that hand. Slowly by slowly, not much pressure. So exercise never harmed anybody. So you should try it. It's not easy, but it's doable. Now, yes, I have been able to move my weight down, but it's not been easy. It's not a pretty journey. It's a painful journey. And yeah, and the issue of me shopping for new clothes prolonged for a very long time. And it's not until my son was 2 years old that I had the desire to look nice in nice clothes. Um, I didn't like shopping because I felt I didn't I did not I did not receive my new body well, or I did not accept the changes that came with the baby, the delivery of my new baby. I did not accept it, and I don't think anyone should. I think you should love it. I think you should love the changes of your body. It happens. It will happen again. Like, for example, I'm saying I'm going to have many babies for a certain period of time, and that, of course, other than the fact that CS was something unplanned, something unexpected, something unaccepted by me. I did not like it. I dreamt about it during my pregnancy, funny enough. But I did not take it. I did not wait for it. I did not prepare for it. Not mentally, not emotionally, not in any way. I just didn't want it to happen. But it happened. I knew somehow it's going to happen. But it happened and I did not accept it. Yeah. Most people, once they do CS, they become like cripples. They stop taking care of myself. And I'd say to some extent I felt that way. Like it's seriously something I should not play around with. And of course, there are exercises. A lot of them you can do that are okay for you. But I still, even as someone who was almost an expert in fitness and healthy living, healthy habits, I still did not receive it very well. So yeah, it's the weight loss journey. And while I have maintained um, a discipline of some sort, by sometimes not taking too much sugar, being able to fast. I think after my baby stopped breastfeeding, I opened myself back again to intermittent fasting, and not just intermittent fasting. I would fast for days, of course, for prayers and things of that sort. But again, there are so many benefits to doing that. But it's weight loss is not a one-time thing that you expect. That if I did not eat for 2 days, I lose weight. No, if you start eating that, the body starts receiving food as though you were starving or it was a drought season. So yeah, discipline is key and consistency in most things that you're doing. So where am I going with this? I am scared. I am scared because I am ready mentally to carry another child, but I'm not ready physically, health wise, I don't know, physically to carry another baby. There was a time I was taking my son to hospital and decided to just do a general health checkup, and I did, and I felt my I still don't I haven't gotten there yet. Getting my body back is not going to happen anytime soon. Because again, like I said, if I am going to carry another child, going back to the muscle lady, the muscle girl, to it's not going to be an easy journey. And of course, it's going to be probably a long time of that. But I'm here to ask you, ladies, who's given birth, normal or CS, doesn't matter who you've given birth. How do you go about this whole thing? There's another lady I know who currently has gotten pregnant. She doesn't care about her weight, and as I tell you, she's bigger than me, bigger looking than me, shorter than me. Probably BMI is out of the question, but she doesn't care, and she's going about it. And while I admire her for her courage, I don't think I am willing to do that. Is there something wrong with me? Because there's so much going on. I am a working mom. I can't compare. She is a stay-at-home mom. I am a working mom, and I am also a student, and I am also there's a lot of things going on. And yes, those are the most important things. I work to be able to um, pursue my dreams. I am studying to, of course, ensure that my career stays where it's supposed to, on course, stays on course, and I am also building a family. My working hours are comfortable. That does not prevent discipline. I could still wake up 5 a.m. in the morning, do my workout. Um, I could still, after 5 p.m. in the evening, I could still do my stretches. But yes, morning is doable. But the evening part, that's family time. And later, after the late evenings, it's me studying. And that's a schedule that's one hell, requires one hell of a discipline and a consistency and a presence. So tell me, I don't know, am I scared for no reason? I have a very supportive husband who also works very hard. I don't know, I don't remember a time in my life where I wasn't working. God has favored me enough to keep me able to support my family, both my matrimonial home and my extended family, the best way I can. There's this one time I tried gym, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. But gym is expensive. Gym is probably money I want to put away for savings, and it's money I want to put away for school fees. It's money I want to put away for insurance. Like I said, my delivery journey was not easy, and health is something I take very seriously. And if it weren't for insurance that covered it at the time, that wasn't a medical bill I could have paid. That was actually not almost, it was exactly 200 and something K, which is not money I would have pulled from, I don't know, a savings or an MMF or something. It's not money I would have pulled out from anywhere. It was a lot. So, yeah. Um, it is at this moment that I ask you guys to subscribe to my YouTube channel to watch my journey and to some extent help me with building the life that I'm building. And yeah, we are on the journey on the road to getting 4,000 so 4,000 watch hours. So if you could watch this video to the end, I would really appreciate that. And if you'd like me to post a video daily of things that of my mind, of my heart, because that's what I do here, um, and probably activities that I enjoy outside of here, I would love to do that. But I need your encouragement by watching my videos and sharing them with a mom, a lady, a mother, a homemaker who is out there building. That would be really cool and kind of you. So I think I want to end this video here. And if you want to see how I look, here is that part. So this is me. This is how I look. I don't know. This is how I look at this is how I look at 78 kgs. As you can tell, I have extra muscles that I didn't have before. This is my stomach. Lack of consistency has been eating me up. So yeah, that's how I look. And probably many people don't mind looking like this, but I do because again, I moved from 66 kgs to 104. Now, if I am currently 77, 78 kgs, tell me if I carry another baby, will I go up to 200? Because that's the biggest scale of my life. So, while I'm mentally ready to carry another baby, I am not physically and emotionally ready for it. Yeah, and that's how far I am in preparation for carrying another baby. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. I don't think ladies think about it this much, the way I am thinking about it. Am I overthinking? I'm an overthinker, I know. And I'm a very stubborn person. Sometimes, most times. Okay, yeah, most of the time. So I don't know. I should end this video here and let me hear, is it okay to wait? Is it okay to wait until you lose and create that discipline? Go back to that discipline, consistency, and build up that fire, light up that fire inside of me to lose and motivate and carry another baby. This brings me to the next few weeks, the next few months of the content in this channel. I will be posting mini sections of my videos, mini workout sessions, and meal plans that I will be taking into action for me to lose weight. And hopefully, you'll be here when that time comes. Hit subscribe and share your thoughts in the comment section. I think this is the most unfiltered video that I have done since the beginning, to be honest. Yeah. If you like it, please give it a like. Yeah. Give it a like and a comment. I'd love to hear from you.